Well, it's that time of year, finally, the time of year when we leave the air conditioning behind and head to the great outdoors. However, that means we leave the kitchen behind as well. Not altogether a bad thing because we get to cook outside over an open fire, maybe at the family cabin down by the lake or out in the backyard over your favorite grill. I'm Joy Robertson from the Food Channel, and we're going to take you all the way from entree to dessert for some great grilling tips, so stay with us. You know, there are some great things that you can grill, but one of my favorites, and probably one of yours, is a nice juicy steak. So we're going to take you through a few grilling tips to make sure that your steak is cooked perfectly every single time. Now, first of all, you want to make sure your steak is at room temperature before you grill it. Now, the reason for this, there's a couple of reasons for this actually. First of all, it will cook more evenly, and secondly, it's a little bit warmer when you get started, so be mindful of that when you put it on the grill. Now, it's time to season the meat, and I like to do this very simply. I like to use a little bit of cracked black pepper and some crushed sea salt. And I like this because the sea salt gives it a really nice sort of salty crust on the outside, and it brings out the natural flavor of the meat. But if you have a certain seasoning that you prefer, go ahead and use it. This is your canvas, and for that matter, it's your dinner, so season it any way you like to. First of all, start with a well-oiled grill. Just take your brush and oil the grill where you're going to put the steak to keep the steak from sticking as you're trying to cook it. All right, take your steak and set it on the grill at a diagonal angle and leave it there for about 3 minutes. You can actually use your phone and time it out for exactly 3 minutes. This is going to get you those lovely grill marks. Now, this is about a 12-ounce Kansas City strip that's an inch or so thick. So if you do this 3 minutes at a time, times 4, you're going to get a great medium rare steak. And while the steak's cooking, it's a perfect time to put your veggies on the grill as well. Now it's time to reposition the steak on the grill. Your first 3 minutes is over, so just take your steak and move it another direction to get those beautiful grill marks and set your timer for another 3 minutes. Now this side of the steak is done, so all you need to do now is just flip it over and set your timer to 3 more minutes. Then we're going to turn it again to get the grill marks, and then you're done. Now while your steak is cooking, it's time to put the veggies on the grill. You can use any vegetables you like. Today I have a little bit of zucchini, which is sliced fairly thin on a bit of a diagonal so it'll look pretty. So you just set that on the grill like this, and then we're going to oil it up and season it with a little bit of salt and pepper to bring out the natural flavor. Now our 3 minutes are up, so it's time to reposition the steak to get those great grill marks. Set your timer for 3 more minutes, and then we'll be finished. Now you can go ahead and flip your veggies over anytime they look like they are ready to you, depending on how you like them. Go ahead and brush the other side with a little bit of your oil and season them up any way you like. All right, it's been 12 minutes, so it's time to take this steak off. And what we're going to do is set it on a platter, and we're going to let it rest. And the reason for that is it will redistribute the juices. So when you cut into it, all the juices won't flow out at once. And go ahead and tint it with a little bit of foil, and that will help keep it warm. Grilled fruit is fantastic in the summertime. Just treat the fruit the same way you did with the vegetables. Just brush with a little bit of oil, just a little, and just take them and set them right down on the grill. Perfect. This will caramelize just a little bit on the edges of your fruit, and it'll give it a whole other depth of flavor for your dessert. Now, if you like good grill marks, leave them a little bit longer. As far as I'm concerned, these look perfect. Now, to add a really nice flavor, I like to drizzle with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. This one's extra special. It's an espresso balsamic. Just drizzle it right over the top of the fruit. Get creative. Don't be afraid. I would serve this along with a little bit of vanilla bean ice cream, maybe even some pound cake. Why not grill that too if you get a chance? Doesn't that look fantastic? So there you have it, a perfectly grilled steak, veggies, and fruit. Here's to happy grilling, and look for more recipes at foodchannel.com. Cheers. Oh yeah.